your true story. We will hear sharing from our guest star, founder and advisor of Malaysian Youth Organization, Generation Organization or MYOG. My name is Adi, and I'm the Vice President of GYP Indonesia in Art and Culture. Before we start, allow me to say hello to everybody to you. Assalamualaikum. Magandang hapon. Maybe is there any from Lesotho? Jumela? Salam from Afghan. Hope everybody doing well today. Before we start, I will explain all of you of the rundown and the rules. So we will have the session from the 4 p.m. to 4:30 in Jakarta time. There will be some of discussion between me and our guest star that I will explain later, and then from 4:30 and to up to 5 we will have the Q&A for the public. So first of all, the rules during the event. The number one, arrive 30 minutes before the event. I believe all of you already done that very well. And number two, please turn on the camera. We would like to see all of your best smiles. Maybe all of you can turn on the camera, please, so we can see all of you, the best smiles of your. Okay, and number three, please mute during all of the event, except if you want to ask in the Q&A event. Number four, please be active in seeking inspiration. And yeah, number five, please don't share event link to other parties. You already have the link for yourself. Number six, the name of the Zoom account, please be the same with the registered full name. And don't forget to use English, because we will have many people from other countries as well, not only your country. So English, we can talk with each other with English. Okay, let me introduce the GYP Indonesia, the Global Youth Parliament Indonesia. So the Global Youth Parliament itself is a registered global youth organization. We are influencing youth in the leadership, diplomacy, and entrepreneurship, established since 2010, headquartered in Nepal with the current president, Mr. Diwakar Aryal. The GYP itself, the Global Youth Parliament, has the network more than 100 countries, including Indonesia. I believe your country as well. So the GYP Indonesia is coordinated by the Super Key Consulting Group with the country coordinator, the Indonesian president, Ms. Reni Fitriani. And myself, I'm the Vice President of GYP Indonesia in Art and Culture, Adi Nugroho. Okay, we will start soon. I would like to say hello to our special guest star, Muhammad SHAHRIZUL MUIZ. Hi.
Hi, Brother Adi. I'm very good. How are you? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sure.
Good.
So how should I call you, Brother Zul or Brother MUIZ?
Call me Brother Zol will do. Everyone in office call me Zol. Everyone who is personally attached to me, they call me MUIZ. So anything will do.
Okay, anything will do between
both.
Okay. So our brother is from Malaysia.
Yes.
Yeah, he is a special officer in the Penang State Minister. I believe we will talk about this later. He is also active in the non-governmental organization affiliation. Also graduated from the University of Greenwich as a bachelor in accounting and finance, and currently ongoing in University of College Bestari, Master Business Administration. Okay, we will start now. It's okay, brother.
Can. For me, it's
Okay.
good.
For you is good. For me is good as well. How are you today?
Very good in office as usual. Even now I'm in office.
Even now in your office.
Yeah,
Okay. So your internet connection is very stable right now.
very stable. If you're in office, it will be super stable.
Super stable. Okay.
Yes.
Very good. So currently you based in Penang, right?
Currently, I am in Penang. I've been born, raised, bred, everything in Penang.
Maybe I would like to know about your activities. You said that you are special officer now. Maybe you can
Mhm.
tell about this.
Can. So before that, I really want to thank everyone. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon in my time. So a very good afternoon to everyone, including to the moderator and also the team behind Global Youth Parliament for Indonesia. Thank you very much for having me. Yes, you can address me as Zul or Muiz. So basically, if it is Zul, it will be very much easy for all of you. It is just three words, you see, three letters, Z-U-L, easy, Zul, everything is settled. So I am turning 30 this year, 29, sorry, next year is going to be 30. So I am turning to be 29 this year on this coming October. And yes, I have completed my bachelor in accounting and finance. And currently I am ongoing my master. It is almost finished, just to touch up on my thesis. So my thesis is about gender inclusiveness policy. So gender inclusiveness policy, it means about the participation of men and women in a lot of sectors. So we can talk about this when I go through my working field chapters. Okay, so I am currently, yes, I'm doing my master in business admin. So I am doing this, my master in University College Bestari. So before that, I need to tell to you guys about University College Bestari. This institute is recognized in Malaysia and also internationally recognized. It's been registered by the Malaysian Qualification Accreditation. And this university is specialized for the orphanage kids. In Malay, we call it anak-anak yatim. So we give free education for the anak-anak yatim in Malaysia, for the orphanage kids in Malaysia. So let's say someone like me, if I join this university, that means I have to pay the fees. If I have to pay the fees, at the same time, the fees will be used to contribute to other kids, to the other orphanage kids. So this is UCB. And currently, I am working as a special officer in Penang State Minister for Social Developments and Non-Islamic Religious Affairs. So my portfolio is social developments. Yes, under social developments, there are a lot of things we touched. Of course, on the early child education, on the aging population, and then basically on the communities. Involves youth, involves women especially. If you can see now, women population, I'm talking in Malaysia, in women's population in Malaysia is 50%, almost 50%. And also same with the men, it is almost same now. So, but then women are not being given the same opportunity to be in political field, to be in the decision-making platform, to be in the working industries. Even if they work, they cannot be, as a CEO, as a managing director, even though they are eligible for all of that. So that is one of the things our portfolio advocating about, for women to be self-sustained, women to be in the decision-making positions, women to be in a lot of sectors which they are capable of. So yes, other than that, for youth, of course, we are looking on the youth. We have a lot of portfolios in our state government. We have a separate portfolio for youth. But under social development, of course, we are touching on the youth itself, but only if it involves on the development of youth. For example, youth are involved in the drugs cases, drug abusive cases. So that is when we go in to make policies. This portfolio only speak about development and we don't do welfare. For the particulars welfare, we will hand over it to the particulars portfolios. So this is about my career, Brother Adi.
Nice to hear that.
Thank you.
Very,
I hope
very
it is
nice.
clear. I hope it is clear.
Sure. Maybe I want to know about the community in Malaysia that's being developed. That you with the MYOG.
Yes. Okay.
So
I will touch on the community lah itself. Huh? So in Malaysia, we have three major ethnics: Malay, Indian, and Chinese. Malay is the highest population, followed by Chinese and followed by Indian. These three ethnic contributes a lot to the nation in terms of their own particulars experts feel, I would say, economically, or maybe through their career, paying the tax. Three of them contribute the highest contribution to the nation. But then if we see on the branch, let's say if Malay, there are a lot of Malay as well. If you are Indian, you have a lot of Indian Muslim, Pakistani Muslim, Chinese Muslim. There are a lot of branches under the three major ethnics. So that is why Malaysia is very much known as a multiracial country. And we are also, basically, we are upper middle income country. So we contribute both to the development of low and middle income country. I just read my text, so fine. So if we talk about community development, of course, if we see as time goes through, right? Last time, we are not as developed as now. How a community can be developed is when a nation is developed. For example, if we are living in a urban sector, in a rural area, we are not much exposed to a lot of developments. Am I right, Brother Adi?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So let's say if you stay in that kind of area, let's say if a nation is developed, you train the people, you train the community, you do a lot of awareness thing. For example, now we are reaching to the aging population. Most of the aging people, most of the adults, they are reaching on the aging age, 60 years and above. So how do we want to develop this aging community? What are we going to do for them? How do we want to ensure that they are also not dependent on anyone? They cannot depend on their children. Not all parents are privileged enough to be taken care of their children, correct? Yes. Not everyone are privileged enough. Some people, they really want to take care of their parents, but then they don't have the, we call it facilities or the space to look after, they're working, they couldn't spend most of the time. So ended up, they send their parents to the old folks' home. We cannot stereotype by saying, oh, you send your parents to an old folks' home, you make your parents, you're not a developed youth, you're not a developed son, you're not even a son, religionally you are wrong. We cannot say that. Everyone have their own situation on how they want to look after. So as a developed nation, to ensure the community develop, the country itself, they need to provide platform. They need to provide a friendly platform to this kind of community, to the aging community. For youth, for anyone it is, we have to provide. When we provide, we need to give awareness. So for the aging one, what we can do is, we make the cities age-friendly cities. For example, when you go to the park, you need to ensure the park are friendly for the old people to go. You cannot put so much steps. There are a lot of communities staying. Yes, the youth, they can climb the steps, but can you expect the old people to climb? Of course, no. So the nation, the stakeholders who are involved in this, to be a developed, to create a developed community, everyone have to join hand together to make it. One person, two person cannot make any difference. You can shake, of course, but then you cannot make any difference without everyone cooperation. That is what I'm trying to say. As for the community, for youth, for aging people, for disability people, we in Malaysia, we have a lot of facilities. Of course, it is very abstract for us to say lah. It is very abstract for us to say we have a lot, but then as we go, we need to improve. If we see those times are different. Those times, education-wise, it is very difficult. Career-wise, it is very difficult. But then now, if you see a lot of youth, a lot of adults, they completed their studies. They completed their studies, but the job opportunity is a little bit difficult. Because of why? Because the what you call the education's level and the job created for them maybe not in par. So in Malaysia, through our government, we have created few hundred thousands of job opportunity for the youth or for everyone to join, even for women to come back to the workforce. We have, but yes, rather than saying the community need to be developed, we ourselves need to think on being developed as a person. Then together, join hand together, we can develop the community. So this is from my view about the development of the community.
It's very great. So Penang is one of them.
Penang is one of them. Yes, we are in the midst of doing it now. Because among all the states in Penang, Sarawak is the first state in Malaysia is going towards the aging population. Second is Penang. So in Sarawak, they prepare like a card, like a card, they call it card kenyalang. So card kenyalang, the old people, they can get free bus, a lot of free privileges, a lot of privileges with that card for a senior citizen. But then for Penang, what we are looking through is, we are creating programs. We want the old people to contribute back to the community. They are old, yes, but they have a lot of experience. They are the retired teacher, retired doctors, retired army, a lot of retirement they've been through, So how, as an experienced person, how do you want to contribute back to the community? As the government, we prepare the platform. We call them, we need to create like a system for them to sign up on what they can contribute. And from there, we can ensure that the young people can be benefited through that. Let's say this person, this old guy, these old people, he is a teacher. He's an expert in chemistry. Of course, he can contribute to the Malaysian student who are sitting for that exams. Am I right? So that is what we are looking at. But at the end of the day, after 3 years, our long-term planning is we want to create an age-friendly cities for them. We need to ensure, let's say we build a house and the old person stay in the house. So of course, the switch, the light, everything has to be a little bit lower. You cannot be too high. They cannot reach. So that is what we are looking at. Penang is also one of them who are approaching age-friendly cities, who are approaching the age population, and we're working towards the government to ensure that no one is left behind.
Oh, yeah. And I heard from my colleagues that if people in Indonesia sometimes went to go to Penang for the medical travel.
Correct.
And why they love Penang, because they said that hospitals in Penang are friendly. And that's the most important thing, how to cure people, not by not by injection, by medicine, but it's by friendly people, by smile.
Malaysia is known to be, Malaysia as a country, we are known to be, of course, everyone is nice people. Everyone is good, humble, you know, truly, truly a lovely people. But then as the Malaysia itself, because we comes from a multiracial country, you see, we have Chinese Muslim, we have Indian Muslim, we have Punjab Muslims, we have a Chinese Indian, a lot, there's a lot. So when you see a person, you wouldn't know, okay, what race is he? So race actually comes second for us. For me personally, yes, I have a lot of friends who I myself doesn't know actually what race is he. I don't see that. We see as a human. So yes, coming back to what you said just now, Penang, basically Penang lah, Penang, basically Penang, we have a hub. We have a hub, we call it a medical tourism. So when tourists, they don't only come to Penang just to have a look at the cities, just to have a look at the place. Penang is also known internationally as the must visit place at the retirement age. It has been internationally recognized as that. So that is one thing. Another thing, people comes to Penang for medical tourism. We have a lot of hospitals, a lot of experts are from Penang. Of course, in every country we have experts. So basically, the hospitals in Penang are friendly towards the tourists. We have Gleneagles, we have Pantai medical hospitals, and Lo Guan Lai. These three hospitals in Penang is quite famous for tourists. Whenever I go to that hospital for medical checkup or something, I can see full of tourists there. Wow, you guys help the economy of Malaysia. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so we have from Medan to Penang direct from Indonesia, Indonesian flight. I went to Malaysia 3 years ago. Sorry, 2018. Yeah, 4 years ago. So I went to Johor and then Kuala Lumpur, but unfortunately I haven't visited Penang before.
Oh, okay.
I hope I will.
How many years ago that was?
In 2018.
Oh, just a few years back.
Few years back, yeah.
18, 19, 20, 21, what, 3 to 4 years?
4 years, and yeah, I went to Johor, then I went to Kuala Lumpur, and yeah, and I met Indian people as well as Malay as well as Chinese.
Correct. There you go. So that was for 3 to 4 years, and then now you need to come back. We also have our consul of Indonesia. Indonesia is very, they have a hub. They also sell Indonesian pearls.
Oh yeah.
Indonesian pearls, Indonesian batik, and Indonesian sampen, is it?
Indonesian what?
Songket.
Songket, yeah.
Yeah.
Songket from eastern part of Indonesia.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they sell all those things, very expensive and very nice.
Yeah. But yeah, very nice, very beautiful. I have that also as in
very,
Indonesia.
very nice. Very nice. The other day when they have this, what we call, they have a entrepreneurship expo. So Indonesia, they open a stall, and at the stall they put all their products, you know, the food products, and then mostly cloth materials, textile and pearls. So people will walk there. I myself walk at the stall at least for 4 rounds just to check on the clothes. The material is so nice. Yes.
Yeah, so actually we Malaysian and Indonesian have many similarities in our culture.
True. We have a good bilateral ties as well, economically, as a relations. So we also have our consul here. We call it His Excellency Bambang Suharto, who helped us a lot connect our state government to the Indonesian state government. They help us a lot in many terms.
Yeah, and maybe you already tell us about the education in Malaysia. You told us about the entrepreneurship in Malaysia. Maybe you can tell us how it's going in Malaysia, maybe in Penang or Malaysia as overall.
For education, is it?
For the entrepreneurship.
Okay, for the entrepreneurships and also education itself. So yes, as I told just now, our education, we start from primary school. Primary school, let's say if you are 7 years old, you need to be in the primary school for 5 years, for 6 years. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Until 12 years old, you have to be in primary school. After that, you will have one examination when you was 12 years old. So through that examination, they will see your result. If it is a very good, tremendous, butterfly flying results, then you will be sent to a much cleverer schools lah. So so that depends on the result you take on the 12 during your 12 years old, or we call it standard 6. So after that, when you go to the secondary school, you need to spend another 5 more years. 6 plus 5, 11 years in the schools itself. And then at 17 years old, you will be sitting Malaysian certifications examination. In Malaysia, we call it SPM, Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia. Among all the educations that you do, let's say you have a diploma, you have a degree, you have a master, whatever you have, but SPM is very important. When during your completion of your secondary school, you'll be sitting for one exam. We call it SPM. That is the most important exams that will open your path. That is the reason when like parents, they won't see the exams you take for standard 6. Of course, they see, but then the most important exam is when you were in the secondary school last year. During your 5th year in secondary school, we call it Form 5. So this exam will, in a way, will determine your career pathway. If you got straight A, then you are well enough. You will be getting into the top universities. You will be sent to the matriculation. The government will sponsor you this and that. Everything will be covered. But then, if your SPM results a little bit lower, that means the opportunity for you to be enrolled in the government's university, government colleges, a little bit low. But of course, it depends on the rizkis as well. If you have a good, in a way, it's a luck lah. So if you have that kind of luck, of course, you can join. But then basically, it depends on your SPM. After you finish your SPM, most of the people, for guys, let me tell you about guys, to the boys. Usually the boys in Malaysia, they like to be enrolled in the engineering field. Majority of the boys, they are in the engineering field. Majority of the women, they are in the medical field. So if you see in Malaysia, there are a lot of medical graduates, medicine graduates. There are too much, a lot of medicine graduates, to the extent we don't have enough job opportunity for them in Malaysia. Most of the doctors, those who have completed their medicines in Malaysia, they choose to go overseas and work. Because in Malaysia, we have loads of doctors here. Honest speaking, joke aside, so that is the truth. So yes, for men, boys, usually after their SPM examination, they will simply join, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, civil engineering. They are more interested to that line. So that is why, as the government ourselves, we are doing a lot of program. We are promoting STEM education. science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We are really promoting the STEM educations. We want most of the students in Malaysia, we want the children of Penang like itself, Penang and Malaysia, we want them to be enrolled in the STEM education because they are a good future in the STEM education for us. As Malaysian, we are moving towards IR 4.0, Industry Realizations 4.0, and there are a lot of job opportunity awaits all of them if they are into this field. So, but the problem is the women's, they are quite less in the engineering field. That is the reason why in Penang, I can tell in Penang lah, Malaysia is, because we are two different government. Let me be transparent to you. So Penang state is the opposition, but we are the ruling government for the state. But we are not the ruling government for the country. Okay, there are two coalitions in Malaysia. So for Penang, we have a council to promote women in engineering, council to promote women in STEM education. The woman empowerment thing is very active in Penang. Let's say if any women want to come to Penang and then to contribute back to the people, of course, you will be most welcome and you will have a good opportunity for you to look at. If you have something that you can contribute to the Penang people, of course, you're looking, one of the Malaysians are supporting me. Yes, brother. So that is the education parts for Malaysia. So talking about entrepreneurships. So when we talk about entrepreneurships, if you see the interest for business amongst the youth itself are very high. Among all the youths that I see, everyone will say, my end goal is I want to have my own business and then I want to look at my own business. Not many people, they have a long-term planning to stay as a career person. Business is also a career, yeah, but then to be worked under somebody else. They are more exposed to the business because of their great-grandfather, grandfather, forefathers, fathers might be having, you know, this kind of business exposure during their time. So it will be, the interest will be brought back to the children now. So for the children in Malaysia, for the people in Malaysia and Penang itself, everyone is very much interested in business. Yes, but then the competition is very high. If you see, for a Malaysian, for you to become a businessman, a contractor, the most common business that people are doing is contracts. So they're playing this tender, you know, when you have this license at the age of 17, at the age of, sorry, let me play safe, like put it safe, age of 21. Let's say after you have age of 21, you are allowed to open SSM. SSM is the Registrar of Business. So when you open a Registrar of Business, then you are a business owner. Everyone, you know, even though if you don't work, if you don't have your own sustained business, but still the people in Penang or Malaysia, they will have their own business registration. They will simply open. It only costs about 60 ringgit, 60, for them to have their own business. But then to find for the opportunity for them to put their leg under what field they want to do business, that is little bit, the youth, they are little bit, you know, quite confused. What field have a better exposure? What field have a better turning over for business income? That is another biggest challenge. So yes, but then most of the businessmen in Malaysia, they are contractors. We have about 44% of youth constitute in Malaysia. 44%, but only 15% of youth are into the agropreneurship. Now we are facing a biggest issue, food and security, food securities issue. So how do we want to overcome that? We need more people to put their leg to venture into the agropreneurship, but only we have 15% of youth into this agripreneurship business. So that is one of the things the government really pushing for. We want to have our own business economy rather than, you know, getting from outside. Our pride is to be having our own business sustained strongly on the ground. Agriculture is our forte, I would say, agriculture industries. But then not many youth are into this field. So that is the reason we have so much programs. Yes, it is actually, it is quite abstract, brother Adi, for me to say a lot of programs. Yes, we do have a lot of programs, but then the youth itself, they need to find the importance, need to have the interest of knowing why it is important to join into agriculture's business. But let's say someone go and tell them, okay, you don't know what business to do, you can join agriculture. They don't know what can we do. People are just thinking agriculture, you just plant one tree and then it bear like cucumber, it bear tomatoes, that's all. But they need to see in a bigger picture. So we need to see in a bigger picture, that is where we can sustain the entrepreneurships. Entrepreneurship is not only about having, becoming, you know, having a hospitals, having a company of engineering firm. It is not only about that, but agripreneurship is also a good business, a good future, and also for a better nation. That is what I see in terms of entrepreneurship.
So actually started from the simplest thing, yeah. And
yes,
and the government, what I heard from you, also support that.
Correct. We have a lot of schemes. Yeah. For example, in Malaysia, we have scheme Agropreneur Muda, the youth agropreneur schemes, Agropreneur Muda. But then, of course, from what I heard from a reports that came to us, it says not many youth, yes, the interest to join, but then after 1 or 2 courses, they don't go anymore. You see, if you want things to be happen quick, it will be, not everything can be happen just with a split of seconds, you know, with one snaps, nothing can be happen. You need to put efforts.
Yes, sure. We have to process all of it.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, thank you, Brother Zul. Very nice to speak with you, to discuss with you. I would like to invite others, maybe, so not only me who asked,
yeah.
but also our friend, brothers and sisters from others. And I would like to remind, please open your camera so we can see best of your smile. Okay, I will give the first 3 questions. Maybe who would like to ask first? You can raise your hand. Hello, yeah, okay. Wilda Satriani. Okay, please open your camera. Yeah, you can directly ask to Brother Zul. Okay, please.
Okay, thank you for the change. Right now I'm running my small business, but I plan to continue my study in entrepreneurship because my background is bachelor in physics. But some people say to me that it's useless to gain a formal education in entrepreneurship. Just join the training or watching a YouTube. And I would like to know, what do you think about it? It's whether I plan to study in college or just join the training for gain knowledge about entrepreneurship to develop my small business. Yeah.
Okay. So the question is, you are planning to pursue your studies into the entrepreneurship field. Am I right?
Yeah.
So, but then many people are saying that it is not worth for you to pursue your studies into the entrepreneurships, but then it has to come through experience.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
so from my view, Wilda, Saudari Wilda, Sister Wilda, from my view, I would say, you know, every ilmu, every knowledge that you seek, of course, it is super worth. You need experience, of course. You need experience, but experience with a certificate is always an added knowledge. You can have experience, but with experience, can you do accounting book recording? Can you hear me?
Can you accounting book recording?
A little bit.
Yes. So, but then when you seek for knowledge, when you go and study for the entrepreneurship, you not only will learn about entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs, of course, is the core subject, but under the entrepreneur, as a business person, the main important thing for you to know is about accounts.
Okay.
You need to know accounts. Accounts is the most important thing so that people cannot cheat you on your business. You know every income and outgoing of your business. So that is why if you pursue to study about entrepreneurship, go with it. There is no wrong. And then after that, you can seek knowledge, you can seek experience. But with the added value of your certificate, you can go very far. Basically, someone who don't have a certificate, yes, they become a successful business person. But you see, not everyone are privileged. Some people, they already come from a rich family. They come from a privileged background, but not everyone is like that. Some people, they are just middle class income people, and for them to come, they don't have, capital. But with education, you see, whatever educations you have, I would always advocate for the youth to go and learn as much as you can. I pursued my diploma through part-time basis. I was working. I completed my diploma on part-time basis while working, and I do my diploma. I do my degree, my bachelor degree while working. I suffered a lot, I would say, as a person who is having a career and then at night preparing my thesis and then need to wake up at 7 o'clock again to go to office with assignments, with thesis again. You see, the more you seek for knowledge, the more it will be beneficial for you, not only for you, also for your subordinates. If you know, if you have a good knowledge on that thing, that is when people respect you as a leader. Knowledge is very important. Did I answer you, Wilda?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wilda.
Okay, thank you, Sister Wilda. So basically, the most important thing, I think, is the experience, yeah.
True.
And of course, from the experience, we have to find our success and as well as our failure. So we can learn from that.
Experience doesn't only come when you go and do business. That is not the only experience you get. But when you are studying, when you are learning, is also an experience. Experience in a bigger picture.
Okay, we will give other opportunity. Is there anybody want to ask our guest star today? Hello, and please open your video. Okay, please Siti Nur Ufaida Adani. Please open your camera. Hello. Yeah, okay.
Rafaida.
Yeah. Okay.
I couldn't hear you.
Yeah. Hello, we cannot hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, now okay.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First, I'm so sorry I cannot speak English well, but I'm trying.
It's okay.
Okay. Actually, I have a small business here in handcraft about knit and crochet, and because I have it, so I want to share the knowledge, the skills to other people. I'm sorry. And I made a community by myself in 2018, but it doesn't work. I mean, it didn't work. And it's really hard to develop it because some people said it's boring, it's hard, and so I don't have any idea to develop it. Actually, I just want to help help people. I mean, especially women to have a skills so they can develop the skills by themselves. And yeah, I mean, I want to help them. So I don't know how to develop this community, and I think this community is it's really good for women because they can have skills, they can have experience, they can start the entrepreneurship from these skills, but I don't know how to ask them to join with this community. Maybe you can have a solution or maybe tip something like that.
I can give my
Thank you.
opinion, Siti. Okay, my opinion is, Siti, is basically the question is you have a handcraft business.
Yeah.
And then you want to empower your community to join together so that in a way that you can help other people as well in these industries, right? But you didn't get supports from the people. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so from my perspective, Siti, I would say, of course, everyone face the same obstacles. Maybe for you in your industry, handcraft industry, for us, in terms of my portfolio as well. Let's say when I do programs, and then I want the people to come. I want the voters to come. I want the people who are residing in Penang to participate because we are from a state minister office. We covered the whole Penang, 6 million population. We want everyone to be benefited from what we are doing. But then sometimes when we do programs, there are not many people who will be coming, not to our expectation, you know. So what will we be doing? At first, we need to know our audience. Whatever you do, you need to know your audience. For example, if you want to do this kind of community outreaching for handcraft business, you open Google form and then you keep on sharing. You see how many people registered. So through that, you already know that these people are having the same interest as you. So you need to test water. Don't simply share, you know, you just share the meeting links. I mean, tell them I'm doing this at this place, this hour. So we're inviting you to join. So of course you can do that, but you wouldn't know who is your audience. Firstly, what you need to do in whatever things we do, we need to know our audience. Let's say if we are doing business, if we are doing programs for education, you can't be inviting children who are 6 years old to be participate in your diploma courses. Of course cannot, right? So there will be a gap. So in order for you to close the gap, you need to see your audience. If I am in your place, Siti, what I will do is I will do a Google form. I will do a simple Google form and then I will keep on spreading to people. I will share everywhere. I will ask all my friends to keep on sharing. And from there, who knows, you can at least get 5 people who are having a mutual interest as you in the handcraft business. Even now in Penang State itself, there are few women in this field, in the handcraft field. So what they will do is they will do the bags, handcraft bags, you see. So last time, their business, it is just like that. So they sell through online, they sell through this kind of thing. Of course, there are people who buy them. So every time when people buy it, she said she will take note the person's name and contact number. So these people will be their market intel. These people will be their clients. Let's say if they want to do programs, they want to do classes, so they will be sending all the details to these people, the fixed clientele which they have. After that, she will share everything to them. If you know anyone who is interested to be part of this class, keep on registering. You need to know your audience first. Without knowing your audience, it will be very difficult. You might attract the wrong audience, and then, of course, it will turn out to be disappointed.
Oh, okay.
That is just my view, Siti. It might be right, it might be wrong, but I hope it helps.
Actually, I always sell the product in online,
Okay.
not in my area, because it's really hard to sell my product in my area, in my town. Yeah, it's really hard. So my client, my consumer, always from another town, another province. So
Actually, where is your town?
yeah,
Where is your town?
Kabupaten Kuningan.
Oh, Kuningan, Jawa
Yes.
Barat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kuningan.
It's West Java.
It's
Yeah.
small town, so it's really hard to ask them. And if I make an online class, alhamdulillah, people always registered, maybe 5 or 10%, but it's just in online. I mean online class, but in offline class, it's really hard. I don't know why people maybe not interested to crochet. I don't know. So
Not to say they are not interested, Siti. Maybe we didn't get the right audience on that time. So let me ask you one thing. How is your involvement with organizations around your area? Do you involve in any organizations?
not really.
Yes, you need to get yourself exposed. Get exposure, get involved in any NGOs, any non-governmental organizations, any youth thing, any entrepreneurships association. Get involved in that kind of association. Get yourself exposed. Every time bring your name card, they should know. And then whenever they wanted to do any program, even small program, whether you gain income or not, you go and open a booth there, a small stall there to show that you exist.
Okay.
Among 100 people, I bet there will be at least 1 or 2 people will be interested in your business. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Get exposure, get proper exposure. This is one of the things what youth are facing at the moment, you see. I won't say they are in comfort zone, of course, no. But then, not everyone, but some of them, they are mostly little bit, they don't really expose themselves to the community. If they expose themselves to the community, that is when you will be getting a lot of opportunity. For me, myself, if I limit myself, let's say if I limit myself, oh, I'm not joining this program, I'm not joining that program, better to stay at home. Of course, we cannot grow and at the same time sustain and also to be much more bigger in what we are doing. So I think the best answer is, Siti, you really need to get exposed to the community work. Just get involved, whatever you can contribute, just contribute. Then, we call it rezeki. Whatever you do, you will get it back.
Okay. Thank you so much for the solution. I will try.
Inshallah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have the next, Hisran Aditya Kang. Thank you, Siti Nur. Okay, please. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity for me. And it's so interesting to sharing with you. And I want to ask about the characters of millennials. As you already know, the character of millennials workers now needs a flexibility.
Millennials worker.
Yes, that's right. They need work flexibility in one where they work. They need stability and workplace feedback. So the questions are, first is how to develop self-awareness on our team members, especially in millennial workplace. And the second is how to see deeper their personality, strength, patience, and other things to collaborate more with them and building good relationships with them to achieve the goals. I think that's all. Thank you.
Sorry, can you repeat the first
Yeah.
question?
The first question is how to develop self-awareness on our team members.
Self-awareness. Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
especially for our millennials workers. And the second is how to see deeper their personality, strength, patience, and other things to collaborate more with them.
So the question is how to have a self-awareness. Correct me, Brother Adi.
Yeah.
So
So how to develop the self-awareness, especially for the millennials. Yeah.
Okay, how to develop self-awareness, especially to the millennials lah. Huh? Okay, and then another one.
How to get to know deeper on the personality. Am I right?
How to get to know deeper. Wow, suddenly I've been put into a very psychological question. So, okay, what I can say is personally from my view, and I put myself into this question, how do I develop self-awareness as a millennials? How do I develop self-awareness? Like for me, in order for you to be to develop this kind of self-awareness, at first we need to know the purpose. We need to know something. We need to, as I tell to my first person who asked me question, Wilda, right? Yeah, as I told Wilda earlier, you need to have knowledge on that particular thing, on whatever things you're doing. You need to have a proper knowledge. You need to have a full knowledge on what we are doing. So when we know the full knowledge, that is when we will see how it benefits on ourselves. Am I right? How it will be benefit on ourselves. So for example, now, let me put women issues, for example, women issues. Not many people, they are much aware about why it is very much important. Okay, why we set 30% for the woman? Not many people, I mean, not to say that they don't know, but as an awareness issue, why do we set 30% for women to be involved in political field? Why do we set 30%, 40%? Like Penang, we set 40% of women to be involved in the entrepreneurship skills. But the real thing is, how do we know? Is through reading. Always spend your time, every time that you have, spend your time to read, to get knowledge. Without reading, of course, when you wake up, you have nothing to do. For example, while you're too free, just open Twitter, have a glance through, just don't go through the, what do you call, the artist propaganda, who married to who ran away with who. That is another issue. But then it is very important to you to know the current issues. Not many people, especially the youth nowadays, they are having not much interest into knowing the current issues going on in their area. If you know that current issues, that is when you build your self-awareness on particular topic. That is what I would say as a millennial, what I do for me to obtain self-awareness. If I didn't read, of course, I will be waiting for someone to tell it to me. Let's say I am in a community where a lot of people speaks on the same page, but I don't know anything. Of course, we will feel like we are a few steps back, right? We cannot speak with them. So in case, if you are also a person who read, who know about the issues, who knows about what we are doing, who knows why this thing exists in the first place, if we read properly, that is when you will have a self-awareness on any issues that you want to know. Reading is the most important. Reading is the ground for everything. Seeking knowledge is the ground for everything you wanted to do. Without the knowledge, it is very difficult for you to move. unless you have someone to support us lah. But you know, as a millennials, do not put yourself as dependent to anyone. We need to stand by our own. So that is something that I would answer you, Yusran, brother Yusran.
Sorry, brother Yusran, where do you live now? Sorry, still on mute. Yeah. Hello.
Okay, thank you. I live now in Jakarta. Now I work in a state-owned bank in Jakarta.
Okay, so that's why you are questioning about the millennials instead of.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Thank you, Yusran.
the answer. Yeah, thank you.
I hope I answered you well.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. And we are going to the 5 p.m. Maybe the last question. Is there anybody who want to ask? Hello. Okay, I think there are still shy people there. Okay, so
Saima,
yeah,
we have a last question.
Okay, please, Sister Salma Tangar, hello. You can open your camera and open your mic.
Am I audible?
Yeah, can you open your camera so you can see you?
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
This is Saima Kakar from Afghanistan, journalist and women rights activist.
Wow.
Thank you. My question is that me, as a younger women leader, I want to work more and serve more for my country. Yes, and in such a country which the Taliban have already took over my country, and they don't allow us, they don't let us to work, I mean women, to work out. How can you inspire us to work hard against them and to defend our rights? How can you motivate us?
Saima, first of all, I'm so happy that we have a rep from Afghan. My salam and well wishes to all of you. For me, as a person, as a man, I would say, as a man, last time when I joined the state government, one of the things what my employer, my boss has been advocating is of course about the women issues. If you search about our portfolios in internet, it will be more on women advocacy. How do we want to empower women? How do we want to empower the women to be in a lot of sectors, politics, decision makers, to come back to the working force? So all of this is something that what we've been doing in Malaysia and Penang itself. Of course, compared to last time, now we already have more than 15%, but we haven't reached 30% of women as a decision maker in the parliamentary. So what I would say, Saima, in order for you to inspire your own self and also to all the women, firstly, we need to show them that we are worth. If you have your friend, it has to be started within our own circle first. Of course, within one day, you cannot change everything. For example, we are pushing for 30% women to be in the parliament. But then it has been more than 20 years, 30 years, but we still haven't achieved. But we still keep on moving. That is the most important part, Saima. The moment you yourself feel that, oh, it doesn't make any change, so you feel like, so it is not going anywhere, let's give up. The moment you feel give up, that is the time where everything will be fallen. You don't know, change will happen. The more you push for the things, the change will be happen. Last time, we don't even have a sexual harassment bill in Malaysia. So a lot of women exposed to the sexual harassment bill become a victim of sexual harassment. But then after 20 years pushing for that, mostly all the women, although as a minority in the parliament, but then today we manage. This month, just this month, Malaysia has successfully approved the sexual harassment bill in Malaysia, in our country. So this is another social protection for the women who've been victim to the sexual harassment. This kind of thing shows what? As a lesson, what I can say, we, our own self as a minority, in wherever you are, call it Afghan, Malaysia, or wherever we are as a minority, do not feel like you don't have supports. The more you push for things, do not give up. The only thing I would say is not to give up, because we already have precedent cases itself in Malaysia, if you can see. Last time, we don't even have, one is sexual harassment bill. And then, yes, another one is domestic violence. How the husband abused the woman. Of course, domestic violence doesn't only happen to women, also happen to the men, but majority cases, it happens to the woman. Since those days, you know, women been beaten up by the husbands or this kind of abusive things. Abusive doesn't only means when you are physically being abused. Mentally abused is also a domestic violence. Okay, but then now in Malaysia, after so many years, we also have a bill. We have a law, domestic violence law. Let's say a man raise their hand to the woman. If the woman go and make report, that's the end of someone. So do not give up, Saima. You know, changes can happen. The journey might be long, but it will be happening. So the main important thing is for you yourself to keep your momentum up. Inspire the people around you. Inspire your close friend. Inspire the people besides you first. Inspire them. You as a woman, you need to inspire other people. If you want to inspire alone as a person, of course it will be difficult, but you can inspire your sisters. You can inspire your mother, your friends, your close friend. Of course you can. Through this kind of circle, the words travel faster. Let me tell you, words really travel fast. So do not give up, keep on fighting, and prove to them that you're not giving up, sorry. Did I answer you, Saima? With so much precedent cases happen in Malaysia, something that I can relate. Correct. The security issues. This is something that very difficult for me to speak because it involves a nation's security. It really involves a nation's security. So I really can't experience that, but I feel sorry for you, but you know, do not give up. Just inspire all your friends. But then, do you have any support from United Nations in Afghan? UN Women, do they support? Yes, Saima.
Yeah,
Not really.
not really. Okay.
Then it is very difficult, brother, for me. Because it really involves, you know, Afghan is a nation's issues.
Yeah, but maybe
We need,
if
as a journalist, Saima, you need to keep on writing. You know, freedom of expression. Express all your emotions, everything through writings. Let people know what you're doing. That is where democratic lies.
if I may add
Yeah.
something that Indonesia have the first woman president after 1 century after the woman awakening in Indonesia.
Saima said you're right. For the right. Great, Saima. So as I said, keep on writing.
Keep on writing. Yes. Great. Okay. We already arrived at 5 p.m. and maybe Brother Zul, you maybe have a closing statement, but after that, don't forget that we will have a photo session. So don't forget to open your camera. Please I really want to see all of you. Okay, Brother Zul, please maybe you have a closing statement before.
Closing
go on.
statement is I would like to thank each and every one of you, for having me, for welcoming me. We have about 36 people just now, 34 people just now. And then thank you so much, Saima. Thanks as well. So we have all of you here, spending your time. It is Friday, but still turning up to hear what I say. I really hope I help. I really speak something that actually inspired all of you, as our topic today, inspiring, right? So yeah, I really hope I inspire everyone. But then one thing that I really want to tell all of you is knowledge is important, and do not limit yourself. This is my recent statement that I wrote into one of the Malaysian news media in Sinar Harian. One thing that we are lacking of for the people itself, because we are too limited to ourselves. Let's say if we have a different political orientation, but then we don't open ourselves to hear opinion from our opponents. So we just wanted to be in the comfort zone. We just want to hear the opinions from the people who is supporting us. You wouldn't know much with that. You always need to open yourself, and then you need to have a cross discussion. You need to have cross discussion with everyone. So ending up, that is my advice for all of you. Keep inspiring every day. Let me know if I can help you as a person, as a brother, what I can do for all of you. Let me know. You can follow me on my IG or anywhere, or through GYP, Global Youth Parliament. Join Global Youth Parliament and get more information on the programs. And yes, before I end up, what is your finance minister name? I've been reading about her every day last time.
Minister.
Devi, Madam Devi.
Not Madam Devi, Menteri Keuangan. Ada bisa jawab? Sebentar. Sri Mulyani.
Sri Mulyani. Devi Sri Mulyani. Yes. My God, she is really inspiring. The moment when she comes back, when Jokowi comes, is truly something to be hats off.
And the previous Minister of State-Owned Enterprise, also a woman.
Wow, that is great.
Ibu Rini Sumarno.
Wow.
And actually, if I sum up, one of your dreams came true today, Brother Zul. So majority of the who asked you are women, right?
Yes, correct. The majority of the participants, yeah.
So that's a good start, and hopefully that will be developing and be better and better for the future.
Thank you so much, Brother Adi and everyone. I've been seeing someone wrote in the chat box also. Thank you so much. Thank you. Saima Ji, Saima, Nur Alfat, everyone.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
Let me know if there is any other program I want to join as participant and to hear from other people's opinion and view as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Brother Zul.
Thank you, Brother Adi and Global Youth Parliament.
Before we end up, I would like to inform all of you that the program like this, the Global Youth Inspire, will be held every Friday, every 2 weeks. So if you want to join us, then wait for the next 2 weeks. Then you can join us, and then we will have another program from the Global Youth Parliament Indonesia, Global Youth Ambassador, International Conference, Student Exchange, Study, Scholarship, Global Youth Leadership Summit and Award. We held it in Bangkok last month, and the skill course. Okay, thank you everyone, and please open your camera and we can take a photo together. Team Super Key, can you lead the photo?
Okay.
Mbak Irma?
Yeah. wait, yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, please open your camera, everybody. We would like to see all of you. Mbak Irma boleh ini ya, boleh if 1, 2, 3 when we
Yeah.
take the photo. Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Okay, please, we still waiting. Open your camera.
Belum nih, belum semua. Oke.
Not yet. Okay, please open. Okay.
Oke, kita counting now.
Whenever you counting now, Mbak Irma.
Oke. Ready?
Ready? Okay. Wait. Still one opening. Okay. Other one? Any other? Will join?
Mr. Adi mukanya ke depan dong.
Oke. Yeah.
Okay, I will count. 1, 2. Sorry, Mr. MUIZ.
Cannot see
Betul,
you.
betul.
Cannot
Don't forget
see.
to open your camera. We cannot see you.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay,
First
wait.
slide ya.
Yeah.
Second slide ya.
Second, ya. Wait ya.
Oke ya.
Okay, now 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, enough, Mr. Adi.
Okay, thank you everybody.
Thank you so much to
Thank
everyone.
you so much. See you in the next 2 weeks.
Yes, see you guys.
Don't forget to follow the Instagram GYP.Indonesia so you can get our latest info. And we also have Indonesian GYP membership as well, which we will inform you on the Instagram.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you,
brothers and sisters, everybody. See you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.